Okay, so from now on, I'm going to talk about the difference in romantic experience and personalities. The personality is very important items for romance. And according to Green, the role of personality is emphasized in having a couples and making a relationships. Also, it has one of the theory that people prefer the similar personalities. However, each person has own personality and they all are not the same in this world. And also, according to Tamiya and Tsubasa experiments, male and female have higher degrees of choosing trustworthiness, considerations, and kindness in romance. However, they are still broad to identify whether people have those personalities. And in this studies, I like to find the correlations while making a couples, and it can find out the person which is suitable, and they can extend the period of dating, and they can have some marriage. In this research, MBTI was used to be more specific, and they have 16 types, and they are composed of 8 alphabets. And in this research, I'd like to find out what kinds of personality have the most romantic experience in MBTI. Also, in addition, people have some tendency to what kinds of characteristics they like or they love. According to Omai, extroverts tend to love extrovert. So that means they are attracted by people who have same personality or characteristics. And introvert tend to love extrovert. So that means the introvert tend to prefer the people who have something that they do not have. So in my topics, I'd like to prove the theory that people tend to love extrovert. So to summarize research questions, I'd like to find out what personality had the most romantic experience and prove the hypothesis that people tend to love extrovert. As a method, I spread the questionnaire by using my accounts on Instagram, and I ask these questions, and I try to get the answers that indicated my research question. So as a result, I could get 33 answers from those participants. And today, I will share the result with 3 aspects, which is about participants' personalities, the aspects of 8 alphabets, and paired information. The first one is about participant personalities. As a result, the console was the most number of people to date, and the advocate was the number of months that last the dating, and console was the second, which is 15 months. The second one is about the aspects of 8 alphabets. So for extroversion and introversion, 9 people was extrovert and 14 people were introvert. So the participant choose introvert more than extrovert as a partner. And for perceiving and judging was chosen more than perceiving. And the last one is about the pairs information. I separate the couple into 3 types: the both extrovert, both introvert, and extrovert and introvert. And from the survey, the 7 couple was both extrovert, and 9 couple were both introvert, and 6 couple were like mixed. And from the results, the console had the most romantic experience. And also discussions, the console is composed of E, S, F, and J. So that means people who is extrovert, sensing, feeling, and judging had the most romantic experience. First of all, extrovert is very sociable and talk a lot. And it proved the hypothesis that people tend to love extrovert. And the sensing type is to see the fact, and feeling has the more empathy and see some specific situations. And the judging type is to prefer to have the usual life, which is tidying up. So to summarize everything, the characteristic of people who have a lot of romantic experience is very sociable and talk a lot with empathy about the fact, and he or she prefer to have an organized visual life. And this might be popular in opposite gender. And about the hypothesis, it was proven from the previous discussion that console had the most romantic experience, and one of the components is extrovert. However, it was not proven from the pairs informations. As an expected result, the extrovert had more votes than introvert as a partner. But in the survey, that was like a same or number of introvert is more than extrovert. Introvert is also have an advantage in romance. For example, some of them is very good at listening and they think hard and be able to make wise decisions. So the introvert is also good at communication. They're not only shy. However, the type of communication is different from extrovert. And so it depends on people, what kinds of characteristics they are and their likes. So it leads to the importance of finding a compatible pair. In conclusion, the purpose of this study was to verify what kinds of personality has the most romantic experience in MBTI and prove the hypothesis that people tend to love extroverts. And the survey results suggested that Console had the most romantic experience compared to other MBTI personalities, and people tended to like both extrovert and introvert. Both of them has a kind of advantages in romance. And for the future study, I had to find out the reason for choosing the partners in personalities. Each person has their own reasons why they choose the partner. So that will be key to finding out compatible pair.